Okay, I actually locked my door this time so I don't get interrupted, so hopefully that's not going to happen. But anyway, welcome back to CCLP4, everyone. We're on Monochrome, which is level 133. Yeah, you might notice that these past couple levels have been slightly long, or on the longer side of the spectrum. I didn't mention this in the last video, but most of the 130s decade consists of pretty lengthy levels. More or less the first half of this decade than the latter half of the 130s. But I think that for the most part, this and 137 are the only long levels this level has, and no pun intended on 137. We'll probably get to that level here in this video. Each time you leave, choose a color. Only press red buttons next to doors of that color until you return. So this is more or less just a maze, or a maze-ish concept. And a pretty good one too. And look at me die by a bug. Just like I did in the failed recording. Thankfully they don't get stuck in a loop right there. But you can create a nice little shortcut by that. So yeah, this is a pretty cool level, I have to say. It's more exploration based, and I probably shouldn't have gotten the red button door pressed first. So yeah, if you press a different door color, like say I press red again and then I hit a blue button, or a red button next to a blue door, I get stuck. I can't come back. So I'm actually going to start with a different door. What door was it? Is it blue or green? I want to say it's green. I have to go through. Oh, get owned by Paramecia. I know the yellow door buttons have the least chips. I think there's only 3 chips to collect with the yellow doors. So I can go through here and nothing else. So I have to find the path that leads to a tank button. I think that's the blue door, now that I remember it. I think. So where does this go? I can slide through here. Yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty awesome level. If I may, I do have a suggestion for Andrew, since he designed this level. I suggest a sort of sequel of some sorts to this level, like a spiritual successor to this level, if you will, that kind of uses this concept and kind of pushes it in outside of maze territory. Like, this is a good maze concept, but I think it'd be more interesting if... Did I really just go through the blue again? Oh well. I guess we'll go through it again. I think it'd be more interesting if there was more to this than just a maze. That's just my opinion, or not even an opinion. It's a suggestion. Because as much as I'd like to make a concept like that myself, or something like that myself, I feel like I'm kind of stealing the idea away, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather not. Did I already go through the green? I did go through the green. Here I am going through the same doors more than once. I can at least get these. Okay, let's go through red next, because I know yellow doesn't have much to offer. It just has I think 3 or 4 chips to collect. I said 3 earlier, but I'm second guessing myself and saying 3. Okay, so I can close that, but I'm going to keep it open. Alright, so there's a red door chip right there that I can get. And then I can go back and go through the upper maze. So we'll get that chip by the teleport when we go through the yellow door. Okay, so now we'll go through here, go through the yellow next. Maybe it is 4 chips. I thought it was 3. Maybe I missed something. We'll see. Oh, wait. Yep, there's that chip. Alright, I know there's a chip, there's a yellow door chip down at the very bottom of the level. Let me go get that one real quick. Alright, 2 chips left. They should both be up on the top of the level. Okay. Oh, that's a green door. Okay, I was right. The yellow only does have 3 chips. Okay, so that's what I missed. I didn't come up here with the green door configuration. Alright, that's no big deal. I lost my improvement long ago anyway. So we can do this. I don't know why I didn't go up here. I had the opportunity to do that, and I just didn't do it. Oh well. Alright. Get this chip, and then we'll be done. So, just a fun fact. I think Ryan made a alternation of this level that had a limit of times you can go through this maze, which I think was like, I don't remember the limit itself, but it required, or it made it to where you can only go through each room so many times. I don't know how he did this. I don't remember, but it's probably in one of the beta versions I have. But it basically established a limit, and we didn't want to include this because it was basically unnecessary. It was unneeded, because the current limit you can go through this whole level, I think, is like 59, almost 60 times, which is way more than enough. So yeah, that's just a little fun fact. There was a consideration to do something like that. Alright, Pushover. So, this level, much like the Bindminder debate, there was also a pretty strong debate between this level and Shuffling that the staff knows about. And it was a pretty... it wasn't pretty. It was not a pretty debate under any circumstances. So this level, and just keep in mind that I'm not talking about this as if I'm complaining, because I'm over it. Let's be honest. This is more just a laughing matter at this point. Nice, I don't remember how to do this. I have to go through here again. This level was ranked 225th place in the voting results, and shuffling was 140. So knowing that shuffling did pretty good, I obviously had shuffling on my list to be included in the set. Well, no one else did, and I tried to convince the rest of the staff to do it. Well, a couple of staff members pretty much refused to budge into including shuffling. Well, it got kind of bad in a way, and I don't remember how to do this. I think I already messed it up. I think I did mess it up. Because don't I have to get blocks out? I do. I have to get these 2 blocks out. So I can make a nail. So this level was chosen as a debate to include because of the whole asymmetric solution, or basically the asymmetric aesthetic this level has. Well, I'm personally not the biggest fan of asymmetric shaped levels. I mean, they're cool, don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes the way they play out is just a little... It's just a little anticlimactic. Like, there's really nothing special about it sometimes. And to me, this level never really stuck out as surprising. It's definitely a good puzzle. It's just... I think at one point I said that Pushover is not a good puzzle, but if I said that, I was just butthurt. I'm willing to say that I was butthurt because I pretty much know I was. But it still stands that I'm not too big of a fan of asymmetric looking levels, and the solution's not exactly asymmetric, I don't think, but I personally felt like it was. I still feel that way. But long story short, there was a big old debate between including Pushover and shuffling. Some people refused to budge for shuffling. I, for the longest time, refused to push for Pushover. That's kind of funny. Pushover. And I don't know. Looking back at it now, I felt like, no pun intended, but I felt like I was pushed over the edge when it came to that discussion, because no one was willing to budge for me, but they expected me to budge for this level. And I don't know. I look back at it now, and part of me feels like it was an unfair debate or an unfair result or something like that. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm still kind of torn with this level's inclusion, honestly. It's not a bad level in any way. I don't think I ever said it was a bad level. I just wasn't a big fan of it, and that still is true. I'm still not a big fan of it. I like how it plays out a little bit more, but it's really not all that special, in my opinion. That's not going to change. But just a little bit of staff history, because I'm pretty sure some of the staff members were anticipating what I have to say about this level. And the final word is Pushover is decent. And when it comes to shuffling, maybe some of you will see the light. Maybe you'll see the light of day someday. Maybe some of the staff, or the staff members, and even some of the voters. I think some of the voters even wanted shuffling in, but hopefully the people on the staff realize someday that shuffling's not as bad as it is, or as they claim it was. But oh well, it is what it is. Pushover's not a bad level though, and I am over the whole no shuffling in CCLP4 thing. But the overall way I feel about Pushover being in the set, still stands. I felt like I was pushed over. Like, screw you, Josh. We're including it anyway. Get over it. That's basically how I felt. And I cooked the level. Anyway, on to propaganda. So, two things. This level was originally titled Neon, and originally had a password that was named after a Pokemon, which was not intentional. It was completely random, or like a random generated password, I think. Oh, I forgot what I had to do. I had to go through the pop-up wall. And also, that's the P we used in the logo. I think that's what inspired the whole logo to start with, if I remember right. So yeah, staff members watching this, don't yell at me about the whole pushover thing, please. It's done. It's over with. I am over it. I promise I am over it. Don't comment on this video assuming I'm not. So this level is pretty interesting, has a pretty interesting gimmick with tanks that only works in MS, or not MS, it only works in CC1. The above button connects to the trap on the right, and the button under the tank connects to the one on the left. That confused me when this level was designed, by the way, that hint. So you have to block this ice path for this tank to go back and forth on to basically progress through the level. It's pretty interesting how this level works. So now I have to go through here, block that part of the slide up, go through here, and then wait for the tank to come back to get out of here. It's a pretty clever concept. I wish it worked in CC2, but it's the way tanks are. It's the way tanks are, I think. And you have to push that other tank button when the tank's actually on the ice, or else it'll flip. That's Propaganda by Tyler. Honestly, it's a pretty simple, not simple, but it's a pretty easy level for this late in the set. I think its position in this set is more or less due to the fact that it's just a little bit of a complicated concept and how it works. It's not entirely obvious how to do this concept, but other than that, it's a pretty good level. Seeing Red. Now this is a awesome level. So for a while, when we were assembling our CCLP4 orders, I had this level, I think at level 60. Like, I had it pretty early in the set, but it was positioned as such for the final version to kind of be a claustrophobic feel level, because since Jeffrey assembled the final order, basically, I'm guessing he felt this level was claustrophobic when he designed it. I'm just collecting keys up the ass right now. Yeah, this level is really fun to play, though. Like, there's so much leeway with the keys, and even the dodging's pretty decent too. It makes more sense in the tile roll tile set, since teeth are actually red in that tile set. But I like the MSCC one so much better. I know some people won't agree with that, but this is the tile set that was in the original game that I've got used to. I don't know how many red keys I have, but I'm going to try not to use so many of them. Okay, now I'm going to use them. Oh, pfft, I was stupid. That was my fault. I didn't see one. Which one did I not see? I didn't think I saw the one on the left. Okay, exit's in here. And I did play this in Ultimate Chip 5, I think. Yeah, this was Ultimate Chip 5. That's what made me like this level so much. So I don't think you need any of the... I don't think you really need any of the red keys. Do you? You might be able to solve this without collecting a single red key, but it might be a lot more challenging to do that. Someone make a mod, Seeing Red, no red key edition. Just kidding, don't do that. Alright, and there's also the occasional bomb in this level to kind of kill a couple teeth monsters off to make it even easier. Which is always welcome. Did I get the ones down here? I did not. See, there's another bomb right there. I'm gonna get that one. I'll get a couple more red keys. Oh, teeth got killed. Alright, now let's be a little bit smarter to get to the exit. I'm out of red keys, but that's okay. Seeing Red by Jeffrey. Awesome level. Did really good in voting. I'm really happy with how it did in voting. So, there was kind of a... Was there a discussion? Not so much a discussion, but more of a comparison when it came to teeth levels to include. It was between there was this level, there's Chasing Chips, there's Death and Destruction, there's Hoodwinked, there's a few varied teeth focused levels in this set. There were a couple that we kind of did consider, like Teeth Dispensary, which by Tyler. I don't think Gone to Lunch by me was considered, but I know Gone to Lunch in this level in particular were compared the most because they had similar concepts and they were focused on red color, like red locks, red keys, just executed differently. Gone to Lunch, for the record, didn't do as good. I think it was like 300 something place, 200 something. Not as good as I expected it, but when it comes down to it, this level is better. I am willing to admit that. The only reason why I like Gone to Lunch is because of the concept. That's really the only reason. As a level itself, it's just like Victim. That's basically what that level is. But this level, it has its own identity. You can get out of sticky situations with the red keys, which is awesome. The longest track, or as Jeffrey calls it, the wrongest track, because he hates this level. So, this is a level that is pretty... It's either really devious in that it can't be figured out, or it's easy in that you know the solutions. How long can you delay the fireball in the nearby room? So, you have this big old room and you have blocks down here, and then the whole purpose of this level is to, exactly what the hint says, delay the fireballs, or delay a fireball long enough to get another red key to open up another block. Now the first few blocks are simple. Well, I should say the first block in particular is simple. But the 3-block solution and especially the 4-block solution, which for the record I don't know offhand, but I'm going to try to figure it out as I go. That's the 2-block solution, I think. So, and you have this little ice track or ice path outside the actual track itself to kind of check the fireball's progress. And if for whatever reason you don't get it right, you can try again. You can alter the fireball path with the blocks and try again, which is pretty good. Like, honestly, it has that option to not make you restart all the time. Is that the 3-block solution? No, that's not the 3-block solution. The 3-block solution is like something like this. I know Jeffrey doesn't like this weight, but honestly, it's fun watching this fireball. Like, is it gonna make it to the bomb? Yes, it is. Like, I don't see what's to hate about that. I mean, it's an opinion I have to accept, but I just don't see it personally. All right, the 4-block solution. What is it? I remember when I was playing this in the voting pack, it took me forever to figure this 4-block solution out. But once I figured it out, I just fell in love with the level, because this concept in general is just, in my opinion, it's really good. I think this is it. I think that's the 4-block solution, and we have to wait right here for it. So I guess I can go ahead and explain some of the history with this level. This level did have a bust that Jeffrey found, ironically enough, that we fixed, and we tried to fix it, or it tried to get fixed pretty cleverly. However, it turned out to be not possible to fix it so clever. So we just made the chips required, because they originally weren't, but that was pretty much the only way to fix it. I don't remember what the bust involved, though. I think there was some way to keep the toggles toggling or something like that, or something. I don't remember what it involved, honestly. Someone can clarify on that if they want to, but basically this whole level is just, it's so unique. Like, there's not another level like it. I mean, there's prolonging the magic by Tyler, but that's more complicated and, in my opinion, a little bit more uninteresting. I think that has like a 5-block solution, which is just nuts. This level does it just right, though, I feel, with 4 blocks. Like, 3 blocks could be a little easy, too easy, and 5 blocks is a little insane. 4 blocks is just right, and especially with the room shape. Like, there's only so many options you can have to delay the fireball for. I don't really have anything negative to say about this level, honestly. I adore this concept to death. It's, in my opinion, pretty well executed. And yeah, I have to give Archie a lot of credit for designing something like this, because this is pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the longest track. I really like this level. Not wrong to me. How about the rightest track? Alright, Zipper. So this is another level I played in Ultimate Chip 5. One I don't feel I gave a good review of, and I don't remember how to do this. What do I do first? This is basically like the ultimate nail challenge level. And I actually used this level's walls for a level before CCLP4 became a thing. And I pressed... Did that really just kill me? I pushed to get off the tile, and I'm stupid. All buttons are connected to the next cloner or trap in reading order. That hint was changed to that because the original said they're connected pedantically, but since pedantic mode isn't really super common or really well known, we changed it to something that made a little bit more sense. Yeah, the level I made with this level's walls is called Amethyst Mine, and it's not a nailing level in any way, I don't think. It's more focused on a tank mechanism. Okay, I have to get rid of a yellow key now, which is actually that one, which kind of plays a little trick on you. Alright, now we have to do something like this, get this block right there, and then we have to clone another block so we actually have a nail set up. Okay, so now this is the fun part. Originally I felt like this level was a little too rigid for my liking, but honestly, the more I play it, the more I realize it's not as rigid as it seems. So now I'm pretty sure I can just go across with a 12-second improvement. That's awesome. The whole outside of this level is just a pop-up wall exit checkerboard pattern, which is pretty cool. Definitely interesting aesthetic uses. So awesome level, really enjoyable. I don't really have anything to say about it. I don't remember its voting ranking or anything. I know its difficulty rating was pretty obscure in that it was a little higher than I had thought it would be, but I think that's the rigidness of the left side, or the rigid feeling of this level. Honestly, I don't think it's that difficult. That's just my opinion. Unravel. This is a concept. This is the concept. I have no words. This is a concept. Yeah, this is the oddball of the set. It's not even. It's just. It's so cool how this level works. I just have no words. It was just. It's definitely the easiest level this late in the decade, but it's just. I think just the concept of this level is what made this level get in to CCLP4. I don't remember its ranking. It wasn't super high or anything, because again, it's just a path to the exit that just the path to the exit gets built for you, for the most part. So other than that, it's just an oddball. It's more or less a breather level between, well, most of the 130s and this and the 140s. It's really all this level serves in the set. With that being said, we're gonna end it right here because we're on the final decade. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's actually kind of fun recording this, honestly. The whole pushover thing, though, it's nothing. It really is nothing, people. I mean, yes, it's no secret. I love shuffling. I really wanted it in CCLP4, but it's not in CCLP4. So obviously, I got over it. I got over it. I don't know what else to say. You know, shuffling is still an amazing level in my eyes. Hopefully it gets in an official set someday. If not, it's still an awesome level to me. That's not going to change. So, but pushover is good. So keep that in mind. Don't comment saying Josh is a crybaby. still crying about pushover. I'm not. I never did cry. I know I threw a fit, but honestly, that was more personal issues I was experiencing at the time, which I apologize in advance for, or I apologize for that if I came across as being an ass in the chat about that debate. I was going through some personal issues, and that just didn't really motivate me that much and whatnot. I mean, yeah, being on the CCLP4 staff. I'll get to that when we finish this LP, but for now, we'll see you guys later.